All right, so today we are diving deep, deep into well, it's a chilling
It's
novel.
got chills.
It does have chills, yeah. It's called Pasted Text, and
Oh, I loved this book.
it's got an interesting premise, right? We're dealing with like a secluded orphanage,
Yeah.
and it's overlooking a lake in the Scottish Highlands.
Very picturesque,
Mhm.
right? Like very scenic, serene, all those good S words.
Right, right, exactly. Peaceful, but is it really?
Well, there you go. That's the question.
That is the question. Because this story, it unfolds across two timelines, and this is something we always love to dig into, right? We've got the present day, and we've got the 1950s.
Ooh. Automatically, when you hear that, I think, something's going to happen.
Yeah, there's going to be some stuff.
Something's going down.
Oh, yeah, and it quickly becomes clear that something's not quite right. Like beneath that tranquil surface.
There's something bubbling.
Oh, there's something bubbling. I like that. So, the setting itself almost becomes this character, wouldn't you say?
Oh, absolutely. And I think the author does such a brilliant job of using that contrast, between the beauty of the Highlands
Yeah.
and that sense of unease that just kind of seeps in. You're constantly on edge, waiting for something to break.
Yes, waiting for that other shoe to drop because we know it's coming.
Exactly.
And speaking of things not being what they seem, we've got our protagonist, Jo.
Oh, Joe, what a character.
What a character. So she's a journalist drawn back to her hometown.
Classic setup.
It is classic, but it works so well here because it's not just her hometown.
Yeah.
It's the doorstep of this very orphanage from her childhood.
Which just adds that extra layer, right? That personal connection.
It's not just some random assignment.
Exactly.
It's personal. And to make matters even more complicated, she's not just investigating any cold case.
Oh, no.
This is the death of a child,
That's heavy.
a case that is somehow intertwined with her own past.
See, that's what got me. Right from the get-go, I was like, what happened to Joe?
Right. What is it about this case, about this place, that is so evocative for her?
And how much of this investigation is her trying to find answers for herself,
Oh, 100%. 100%. Okay. And as if things couldn't get any more intriguing, the author throws us back to the 1950s.
Huh.
And we get these little glimpses into the daily life at the orphanage.
Like little snapshots.
Yeah, we see the children, the caretakers. It's like its own little community almost.
There's always a but.
Right. There are these subtle hints, these little details that just don't quite add up.
It's like the author is dropping breadcrumbs,
Yeah.
leading you down a very specific path.
Exactly. And I think that's what I loved about the parallel timelines, right? You get those breadcrumbs in the past. You're trying to piece them together with what's happening in the present.
It's like a puzzle.
It is like a puzzle, and it's so engaging.
Mm.
And as Jo digs deeper in the present day, she starts to uncover these disturbing details, like really unsettling stuff about the orphanage, the people who ran it.
Of course, nobody wants to talk about it, right?
Of course not. She runs into resistance. I mean, there are always those people who want to keep secrets buried, especially in a small town like this.
Oh, absolutely. Small towns, they thrive on secrets.
It's like everyone knows everyone else's business, but they're also hiding their own.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But in this case, it's personal for Joe. This isn't just some random town she's investigating. This is her past, too.
Exactly. These could be her secrets, too.
Right. Maybe she doesn't even know it yet.
Ooh, that's a good point. And, I'm not going to spoil anything for our listeners,
No spoilers.
but the summary does mention a shocking twist. Have you ever read a book and you think you have it all figured out and then bam!
Rug pulled right out from under you.
Yes, that's exactly what it's like. It makes you question everything you thought you knew about the story.
The characters, their motivations, it makes you want to flip back and be like, wait, what did I miss?
Exactly. It makes you wonder what kind of secrets run so deep that they need to be hidden for decades.
What's the cost of keeping those secrets buried?
And for someone like Jo, who's forced to confront not only a community's lies, but also potentially her own, how does that change a person?
It makes you think about the lasting impact, the weight of those truths.
It really does. It makes you think. And, this is something I was really thinking about with this book, especially given that the story takes place by this lake.
Oh, the symbolism.
The symbolism. What role do you think water plays in all of this? Is it just a pretty backdrop, or is there something more?
I think there's always more to it, don't you?
I do too.
Water, it's life, but it's also powerful. It can be destructive.
Exactly. Exactly. And mysterious. Think about what lies beneath the surface of a lake. Could it be a reflection of truth?
Ooh, like that.
Or maybe even something more sinister? It's definitely something to chew on. So, listeners, Keep those thoughts swirling as you dive into pasted text. You won't regret it, but you might want to sleep with the lights on.